They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another breaking news video. Guys, I am so happy this morning because Rob Pelinka has done his job. Yes, we've been waiting 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years for this man to pull off a trade. But Robbie P has finally done it. And boy, did he not just pull off a trade, but I think he pulled off a championship building trade, fam. Because we just landed Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith, the guy that the Grizzlies were pursuing. Okay? And now this is the entire trade right here. And I love the trade, by the way. A+. I'm going to give you the grade before I give you the trade. That's how you know I'm excited, okay? The Lakers have agreed on trading D'Angelo Russell. Maxwell Lewis hurts me a little bit because I know he has potential, but not that much. And 3 second-round picks to Brooklyn for Nets, Dorian Finney-Smith, but that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? We got a replacement backup guard, and that is Shake Milton, ladies and gentlemen. Shake Milton is a hooper. For those of you that don't know, for all the casuals out there, Shake Milton is an absolute hooper. I've loved him his entire career. He's always been a bucket getter, a playmaker off the bench, a tough guard. Now, I'm not sure what his health status is. I haven't been keeping up with the Nets. But Shake Milton, oh my goodness, with Dorian Finney-Smith, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is an A+ trade for 3 second-round picks, essentially, because let's be honest, we got rid of 2 problems with 1 swift trade. Problem number 1, we were just talking about this last night. We got rid of D'Lo, who we didn't need. Shout out to Austin Reaves, because honestly, I don't think this trade doesn't happen without Austin Reaves having the amazing back-to-back performances that he has had. I was posting about those performances this morning, so major round of applause for Austin Reaves, baby. Let's freaking go. Super hype. Listen, I woke up excited, y'all. We got rid of D'Lo, and we added Dorian Finney-Smith. Rob Pelinka just saved his job for the next 2 to 3 years at least. All right, now, I still feel like we need a backup big man. I still feel that. Don't get me wrong, but we didn't give up a single first-round pick in this trade. Not a single one. So that tells you everything you got to know. To me, what Robbie P has done with this trade is reestablish himself. Let me go ahead and present the trade for you guys on the screen so you guys have a better look at the trade right now. There it is. The trade in its entirety. You see Shams Charania breaking it down for us. And again, it's always the trades you don't hear about. I talked about this last night. The trades you don't hear about are the ones that end up happening. We weren't really hearing about Dorian Finney-Smith to the Lakers at all. But the fact that we're able to agree to this trade a night after the tremendous night that our players had, where we showcased once again that we didn't need D'Lo. And we get Shake Milton, who I'd like Shake Milton better than D'Lo, no disrespect. But he's a lot tougher mentally, and I think he's built for LA, assuming he's healthy. All right, again, I haven't looked at his health status. I haven't been paying too much attention to the Nets. But Dorian Finney-Smith, guys, you're talking about a 3-and-D wing, somebody who can step right in right now and give the Lakers exactly the type of defensive and offensive jolt that we needed. That is what that trade is right there, man. And I'm telling you guys, it is a special trade. It is a special – nobody saw this coming. We were hoping for it. We were hoping – matter of fact, I think I mentioned something along the lines of we can beat out the trade package that the Grizzlies are offering the Brooklyn Nets. And that's exactly what we did. We beat out the trade package. They get an expiring contract in D'Angelo Russell. Now, mind you, people were telling me nobody wanted D'Lo. This is why we tell those people this. It's an expiring contract, ladies and gentlemen. All right, an expiring contract, and we gave up 3 second-round picks. Now, mind you, the Lakers have been known to buy second-round picks, so essentially we gave up nada. All right, and we've had some amazing talent undrafted as well. Matter of fact, you could argue that we have had better players undrafted, Alex Caruso, Austin Reaves, than the players we have got late in the second round. You can argue that, right? Maxwell Lewis was a second-round pick, hadn't got no PT. But again, I still think the kid Maxwell Lewis has potential. Don't get me wrong. It's just that for this trade, for two very, very good role players, we literally just flipped a player that's not reliable in the postseason in D'Angelo Russell, and a player that really was just an empty roster spot for two very serviceable role players. One, I don't know if they're going to start him or bring him off the bench. Like what happens with Dorian Finney-Smith, that's going to be interesting because he's a starting caliber wing. Y'all, Dorian Finney-Smith is a starting caliber wing. And so what do you guys think that the starting lineup will be for the Lakers now? Does Rui hit the pine? Because I would really consider that. Does Rui hit the pine, or is it like who's going to hit the pine? Listen, by the way, this guy on the season is only averaging 10.4 points a game, 4 rebounds and an assist, but he's shooting 45% from the field. Now don't let the numbers fool you, man. This guy's a defensive beast, an absolute defensive beast, and he's somebody who's going to come in here and make an impact. He's 6'7", power forward / small forward, 31 years of age, ready to play right now, NBA ready player. Exactly the type of player I was hoping that we traded for, somebody that came in here and can change things up a little bit. And again, the most important thing is no more D'Angelo Russell, no more laziness. I feel this was a prediction I had. I said I'd be shocked if D'Lo was still here past the trade deadline. It didn't feel like that. From the beginning of the season, I felt like D'Lo had to be traded. The body language, training camp, everything, guys, was way off. It was like way off. And so the fact that we finally went ahead and made a trade, and not just for a regular role player, a two-way defensive 3-and-D wing, which is exactly what the doctors ordered. Guys, this might be the best 3-and-D wing we've acquired since Vando, okay? And that's saying a lot because we also got, who did we get last time? Torian Prince, who was also very decent, averaging similar numbers last season. But I'm telling y'all right now, this is a grandmaster trade, and we still have assets to turn around and go get that big man that I still want from the Lakers. But this is a mega trade. If the Lakers didn't make a trade after this, I wouldn't be too mad. I'll be quite frank. I wouldn't be too mad because, again, for those of you that are just tuning in, the Lakers have agreed to a trade sending D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets with Maxwell Lewis and 3 second-round picks to the Brooklyn Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith, but not just him, Shake Milton as well. Shake Milton, for those of you that are not familiar with his game, very good ball handling guard who can come off the bench and give you anywhere between 5 to 10 points on any given night, sometimes maybe even more. He's averaging 7.4 points per game with 2 assists, shooting 46% from the field this season. But again, he just had 16 points versus the Spurs on December 27th. He just had 20 points versus the Bucks on December 26th. So this is a guard who can fill up the stat sheet. You guys are going to love Shake Milton if you're not familiar with his game. Very good, usable. And it looks like we also saving money with this trade, right? It looks like we're also saving money with this trade. No, Tamika, Vando did not get traded. Thank God. No, we still have Vando, which makes us even more elite. We kept all the pieces we needed. The trade is, and I will repeat it again one more time, the Lakers have agreed to a trade sending D'Lo, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand how amazing of a trade this is right now and just how much Rob Pelinka has just saved his job for the Lakers. It was one swift trade. Now, mind you, I still feel that we can use a big man. I don't want to sound like somebody who's asking for a lot. But if we can now turn around and use one of those first-round picks and go out and grab a big man, this is a hell of a deal. I agree. Steal of a trade. What do you guys think, chat? Kimiko, good to see you, Kimiko. This trade right here might go down in the history books to the trade that put us over the top. It just might. It just might. If we can somehow address that backup big man, we're in good. But check this out. Maxwell Lewis, again, was a piece that was just there. I called them dead weight players. I said, if we can get rid of an extra dead weight player and bring in a player that we can actually utilize, a la Shake Milton, then we improve by that freaking much. By that freaking much. And again, D'Lo to me, counterproductive this season. His stats were not impressive to me this season. Shake Milton is going to be more efficient than D'Angelo Russell. Let's compare, matter of fact. I'm telling you guys right now, this trade, guys, is everything for us. D'Lo this season was only averaging 12.4 points per game, shooting 41% from the field and only 33% from beyond the arc. I'm sure his numbers are going to look a lot better in Brooklyn when there's no pressure. Heck, he might even put up 18 plus. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to us. All right, that's irrelevant. We win this trade and I rarely say we win this trade from the get-go, but we win this trade from the get-go, straight up. Again, we just covered up so many gaping holes with one swift deal. Just one move. That's all it took. And we've been asking for a 3-and-D wing. We got one of the best ones in the league, fam. Best ones in the league. Now, it says here, the Lakers have swooped in on top of Memphis trade offer for Dorian Finney-Smith, with the Nets choosing 3 second-round picks from LA as a prime return for Finney-Smith rather than heavily protected first-round picks from Memphis. So, shout out to Brooklyn, okay? Because, and Rob Pelinka did his thing. I said it last night. I do not want to see Rob Pelinka at the game. I need to see this man on the phone lines. He must have been on the phone lines because he swooped in and stole Dorian Finney-Smith right from under the Memphis Grizzlies. Again, if Memphis gets that trade done, they're the ones that look elite right now. But the Lakers, man, and again, I have to give them another round of applause because they came in when we least expected. And I'm not surprised at all because I said it last night. This team makes the moves nobody talks about. We were not included in the rumor mill for Dorian Finney-Smith. There you have it. Just like that. Rob Pelinka has always operated in the dark. This is why I kept making trade machine videos. But this trade here just trumped any trade that I could have concocted in my trade machine, if I'm being honest. This trade right here, we didn't give up a single asset, in my opinion. Not a single asset. We still have Austin Reaves. We still have Dalton Connect. We still have our tradable first-round picks. We still have Rui Hachimura. We still have Vando. Everything we wanted, we still have, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the key right there to building a contender, is that now we can afford to make even another move. We have first-round picks to trade. And people were trying to devalue the first-round picks we have. Listen, those first-round picks are worth a lot. This is why I kept mentioning you don't just flip them for anything. We were just having this discussion last week. Would you guys give up a first-round pick for Dorian Finney-Smith? Some of us said yes. Some of us said no. But we didn't. Today, we did not give up a single first-round pick, and we still landed him. So, wow, what a trade. Way to wake up after having a phenomenal win last night, right? Way to wake up. I was just posting stats and stuff when I get the breaking news alert. But if you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do, because nobody reports on these things quicker than me. I'm the Shams of YouTube, man. I'm the woes of YouTube. So make sure you guys stay tapped in. All right, let's read some comments. Jose Aguirre, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. He said, bye-bye, D'Lo. Yes, deuces, partner. And I don't mean to be rude, because when we did trade for D'Angelo Russell, he infused us with great energy alongside Vando and Malik Beasley. It was a great trade when it happened. But after he had those back-to-back poor playoff performances, we could not trust him. I promise you guys are going to love Shake Milton more than D'Lo. Shake Milton is a certified bucket. He's a hooper. He's the real deal. All right? Yeah, I know he's only averaging 7, but that's for Brooklyn. Don't nobody want to play there. Nobody's motivated. Same thing with Finney-Smith. Finney-Smith, for those of you just tuning in, averages 10.4 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and an assist, shooting 45% from the field, right? But forget about the stats. This guy is a three-point sniper, all right? He shoots 35% from beyond the arc. That's already better than D'Angelo Russell, right, for his career. But this season, he's actually shooting 43.5% from beyond the arc, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this guy is battle-tested. He's ready to come into Los Angeles, and he's a big-time player. I've seen him play throughout his career. Big fan of Dorian Finney-Smith. We saw him during his stint with the Dallas Mavericks. He's a problem. He's a problem. And now JJ has interchangeable players then that you can play at different positions. He just adds another layer to that. I will see more small ball. That's the only downside. But the upside is he's a tough-minded, gritty defensive wing who can smack threes and is going to be clutch for us and down the stretch, shooting 43%. That's a career high, by the way, from beyond the arc. I'm shocked that they were not able to get a first-round pick for him. Again, this is a steal of a trade. Yes, I am super excited, ladies and gentlemen, and you should be too. And you will see And I hope he's able to be cleared to play when we play the Cleveland Cavaliers on Tuesday. My guy said, I'm moving into a new home in a trade today. Hey, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. That's way to celebrate you moving into a new home, Chosen Fit. Thank you so much for Super Chat, brother. Yeah, this is a wonderful day for all of us Laker fans today. We've been waiting for this, okay? We have been anticipating this for quite some time. And we knew it. We knew D'Lo was out here. At least I did. I knew it from the moment he came into the offseason. And, he wasn't bringing it. He wasn't bringing that energy. It seemed like he didn't want to be here. And then he followed that up with poor play to start the season. And again, I don't want to bash D'Lo too much because I am grateful. We did draft him. There's always going to be love for D'Angelo Russell. I wish him the best where he's going. And, he's got a great relationship with the front office in Brooklyn. But this is next level stuff here, man. This is what we paid Rob Pelinka the big bucks for. Now, so far, Rob Pelinka hasn't made good on all his promises, but this right here might turn things around because he said he was waiting for the right trade. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I would designate as the right trade. Is what I would decipher. Is what I would call the right trade. So we've been hard on Rob Pelinka, all right, during the last couple of years. Got to give the man his flowers when he does well. And he did extremely well with this trade. Extremely. Chosen Fit, thanks so much, brother. He said, trade Vando for Jonas. Don't need no more. Now, that is a great point because I do think that this trade for Dorian Finney-Smith makes Vanderbilt a little bit expendable. However, we don't have that sense of urgency to move off of his contract anymore because you got Dorian Finney-Smith, who's actually the 3-and-D wing we've been hoping for. But it does mean that now Vando's contract looks a little bit more movable, especially if you attach a first-round pick to it. Now, could we turn around and trade Vando back to the Jazz for Walker Kessler with a first-round pick? That makes us an absolute favorite to win it all. Not just a contender, but a favorite. But yeah, or Jonas. You're right, or Jonas. But guys, good morning. If you're just joining in, if you're just tuning in, breaking news, Dorian Finney-Smith has been traded to the Lakers for D'Angelo Russell. We also get Shake Milton in the trade. And Maxwell Lewis will be missed because I do think the kid has tremendous potential. I hope he flourishes in Brooklyn, and I wish him well. But I don't think he was going to get that PT here because Max Christie has now turned up, ladies and gentlemen. Max Christie has turned up, and that's what has made this trade even more plausible, right? Is that Austin has carved out his role as the starting guard on the Lakers. I think this move, trading away D'Lo, solidifies Austin Reaves as our future starting point guard. So we definitely got to give some kudos to him. All right, we definitely got to give some kudos to that. 16 assists, 26 points. This after dropping 26 points and multiple assists and a game winner over in Golden State. I'm telling you right now, guys, you're looking at your starting point guard of the future. Nobody's going to come in and take that job. So I think we could put away the De'Aaron Fox rumors as of right now. Austin Reaves is proving that he is a modern-day point guard who can score and play make. He proved that last night. And he proved me right, too, because I wanted Austin Reaves as a starting point guard after I couldn't trust D'Lo last season. So this trade, I think, all but guarantees that Austin Reaves will be our future starting point guard moving forward. We traded for a good backup, though. Shake Milton, again, that is the underrated part of the trade here. And essentially, all we gave up was Maxwell Lewis and 3 second-round picks. That is a small price to pay for a 3-and-D wing. Those are hard to come by in this league. And most of them were overpriced. We were hoping for Jeremy Grant. This is better than that, all right? Because Jeremy Grant might be a better scorer, but Dorian Finney-Smith is younger and more healthy, okay? Or they might be around the same age, but he's healthier, right? He's a proven commodity for sure. We talked about how we needed a veteran to come in here. Not a young player, but a veteran. We got 2 veterans today. Yes, we did it, sis. I'm so fucking happy. Y'all don't understand. This is the breaking news we weren't hoping for. This is the breaking news we needed the last couple of seasons. So, again, for those of you that are just tapping in right now, the Lakers have agreed to a trade, all right? And it is a great one. It is a phenomenal one. And I think it propels us forward. It moves us forward. We are currently the 5th seed in the Western Conference. We're going to be top 3 by the time this thing ends, assuming we stay healthy with the current roster we have. And the question you guys have been asking me now, Dan, are we contenders? I believe if we stay healthy and Vando comes back, yes, we are. However, I still am worried about the backup big man position. That is the last thing I'm asking for. Everything else, we have it. We have it. All right. Starting point guard, Austin Reaves, got it. Backup point guard, Shake Milton, and not to mention Gabe Vincent, who's been phenomenal, have it. Okay. Starting shooting guard, Max Christie or Dalton if we need him to, or who else could be there at the starting shooting guard? But Max Christie's going to man that now. I think he's locked it up. With his defense, the tremendous numbers, the way we have improved on the perimeter, I think that's his spot to have. I don't think anybody's taking that away. Small forward guys, obviously we have it, right? We got Rui there. We got now Dorian Finney-Smith who could play that or the 4. Obviously LeBron James to slide down to the 3 or move up to the 4. We have that. That's interchangeable. Small forward, power forward, good. Got it. Okay. Center. Yes, we are live right now, Noah. We are live. Breaking news. Lakers have traded for Dorian Finney-Smith for D'Angelo Russell, essentially. There's more to the trade, but this is, again, a great package deal. And we didn't essentially lose any assets. We still have all of our first-round picks. How Rob Pelinka managed to do that, no clue. But we have all of our first-round picks. We still have tradable assets, guys like Rui, Vando, who can still get flipped. We still have, obviously, so much. I mean, you have to be excited. You have to be excited for this trade. If you're not excited, you're not a Lakers fan. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's a shocking revelation. If you're not excited for this here trade right here, if you're not smacking that like button right now, you're not a Lakers fan, man. Make sure you guys tap in and hit the like button. But let me go ahead and pull it up on the screen real quick because this is the entire trade here. As you guys can see on the screen right here. This is the trade. All right. And what it is a very good freaking trade. My goodness, man. Again, D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, 3 second-round picks, Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton. I can't believe we got Shake Milton in this package deal. Like, come on. Come on, fam. And the best part, and Solo, welcome, brother. The best part is that we offloaded D'Angelo Russell. No more shot chucking and no more poor defense and getting back slowly in transition and no more turning the ball over on a basic-ass crossover. All that goes to Brooklyn. Congratulations, you inherited some stats. He's going to put up some stats over there. Very happy for him. I think that's a good trade both ways. And you could just see that something was going to happen, y'all. You can just see how something was going to happen. It's written on the – and you know what? I still have a gut feeling something else is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be via the way of buyouts or is it going to be via the way of another trade because, again, we still have our first-round picks. And remember, what would happen if Rob Pelinka turns around right now and does a blockbuster move, including all of our first-round picks, right? Now, I don't think we need that anymore after this trade. I don't think we need a blockbuster anymore. But I do believe it is very plausible. There is still a way that Rob Pelinka could pivot and do another trade here to try to put us completely over the top. But we're in contention now. We are in contention right now as we speak. My boy said Dan got hair now. Always had hair, man. I just shave it off. It's the easy cut whenever I don't have a barber. But my guy said, Dan, phone call Sundays. Also, no more Russell, LOL. Listen, the goal is right there. We hit this goal. We're definitely turning on the phone lines, man. That is the new format. We can turn them on any day. All we got to do is hit our goal, man. But if we don't hit the goal, all I ask is for, we got about over 1,000 people. Give me to 600 likes, and I turn on the phone lines right now. So either one of those two, man. And we turn on the phone lines. I know you guys want to talk to your boys, so make sure to smack the like button. Very easy. Or we hit the goal, man. $1 donos will do. Let's see here. The team was getting mad ASF as fuck. I'm going to say it for you. Yeah, the team was getting mad as fuck at D-Lo, and rightfully so, sis. He has been – and you know what? Credit to JJ Redick. That rhymed, by the way. I'm in ultra bar mode right now. Credit to JJ Redick because this man – did not mince his words whenever he talked about our team. He threw D'Lo under the bus a couple of times due to the fact that he was not playing well. D'Angelo Russell lost his starting job quicker than any point guard that I have seen in the last couple of years, as from a new Lakers head coach. And that is what I talk about when you talk about holding players accountable. We all knew that after the last 2 seasons in the playoffs, D'Lo was not Laker material. We saw it, unfortunately. And I like the kid. I liked him because we drafted him, but what I didn't like was his body language. I didn't like his attitude. When they asked him in training camp who was the player that impressed the most, he said himself. That was a very selfish, I'm playing for a contract type answer. Those aren't the type of players we need on this team. Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton, them the type of players we need on this team. And those are the type of players that move the needle for us Laker fans. All right. Those are the type of players that are going to give you consistency because, even if Dorian Finney-Smith isn't hitting shots, he's going to get rebounds. He's going to play phenomenal defense. He's going to do winning plays. Shake Milton is a bucket. That's another one, sis. We got Shake Milton as well. That kid right there can fill it up quickly. So, again, big fan of this trade. Huge fan of this trade. I got to pinch myself to make sure that I'm not dreaming right now because this is exactly the type of trade that Laker fans we were hoping for, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one that we were hoping for. It says here, more clarification on the trade. Shams Charania just reporting that the Lakers are sending their own second-round pick in 2027 and 2030 and the 2031 to the Nets. Okay, so that is a very, very small price to pay. Again, the Lakers have been able to buy second-round picks at will. At will. So I'm not really worried about the second-round picks. And not to mention all the undrafted talent we have had over the years. A lot of undrafted talent. There's players right now I like right now on this current roster. Quincy Oliveri, guys like that are worthy of a roster spot eventually, as long as we keep developing them. But it tells you how great we are at getting undrafted guys. So again, those second-round picks don't hurt. First-round picks, very valuable. If second-round picks can land you Dorian Finney-Smith, what do you guys think a first-round pick can land you, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I'm saying? So I've been telling people that we're in a new CBA. First-round picks do not grow on trees. They're very worthy, okay? I think first-round picks land you stars around this time. If you're getting role players for first-round picks, I think we're going to have to start seeing that as a failure, even though we're ready to win now. Because this trade, to me, sets the market. Players like Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton can be had for second-round picks, ladies and gentlemen. That's huge. That is huge. All right. I'll read a couple more comments. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited this morning, man. How does it feel to wake up to great news after the Christmas Day game we had and after last night and winning those games, man? Phenomenal. Solo says, I believe D'Lo was a cancer to this team. His energy affected the team negatively. Just him off this roster is an improvement. And we had Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake is the cherry on top. Shout out to my boy Diehard because he posted my hot take as soon as I said it. I said it in the offseason, by the way, that D'Angelo Russell wouldn't be here past the trade deadline. So again, your boy Nostradamus struck again. But I got to tell you, it wasn't a hard prediction to make because his body language told me everything. And if the Lakers were about winning championships, you got to get rid of players that have that body language. That body language right there is an atrocity. You can't win championships like that. You can't even compete, right? Kimiko says, how bad do you want to hit the like button or help him reach his goal for the phone calls? Thank you, Kimiko. Let me know if we do hit that 600 likes. We can get it. We're here. We're here right now. Everybody's excited, right? Hit that like button. If you guys feel like this was a great Lakers trade, I know you guys do. Definitely a phenomenal one. CJ says, no more Russell on this team. No more Russells, my bad. No more Russells on this team. Yes. No more Russells on this team. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. No more Russells. They have been an atrocity. And for some reason, they tend to always hit the side of the backboard on corner threes. Something wrong with these Russells, man. But in all seriousness, D'Angelo Russell is a good basketball player. However, I just don't think he's a championship team starting point guard caliber basketball player, nor do I like him off my bench because I like defense on this team. Brooklyn, he'll fit in perfectly. They're not looking to win anything. He'll get his stats and hopefully earn an eventual another contract, right? So this trade, I think it's a win-win for both sides. They're tanking. They don't expect to win, and D'Lo can get his stats in Brooklyn. I'm happy for the kid. Good job. Good job, Lakers. Wait not to send. Look, they could have sent him somewhere worse. Instead, he gets to play for New York. He should be happy about that. He could have ended up in Washington, or he could have ended up, for really, like in Detroit, a city you don't want to be in. He could have ended up somewhere there. So again, very excited for that. Strega, how you doing? She said, "Oh my God, driving back to Toronto, and I just decided to tap into YouTube while I'm driving." I got you, Strega. You know I got you. Number one source for all things breaking news, Lakers and NBA. I got you, Strega. Yes, the Lakers have just traded D'Angelo Russell away to the Brooklyn Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. And all we had to give up was 3 second-round picks and Maxwell Lewis. Again, because D'Lo, to me, it is a win to get him off this roster. No disrespect to D'Lo, but it's a win. It's a win no matter how we twist it and turn it. We were talking about it last night and the night before that. No more locked doors and no more Russells. Bruh, look, at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, this team had to do what was best for us. And if it costs us 3 second-round picks, that's nothing. We still have all of our assets moving forward. I know the league is mad right now. I haven't even been on Twitter because as soon as I got the news, I set up and I went live. That's what I do best. All right, number one source on YouTube for all things breaking news, NBA, and especially Lakers. But I know Twitter is probably irate right now that we pulled off this move because Memphis probably thought they had it. And according to Shams, the Brooklyn Nets prefer D'Lo, an expiring contract, plus second-round picks over heavily protected first-round picks. Now, for those of you that don't know, heavily protected first-round picks means they're conditional first-round picks, meaning they could have been top 20 protected, meaning that if that pick falls outside of the top 20, it becomes the other team's pick. Otherwise, you get to keep the pick. So it's essentially not even a pick, right? Yeah, this is exactly, look, the West is shivering right now because the Lakers have been playing great basketball lately, and we just made a great trade to go on top of that. And I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers aren't done yet. I think there's still another move to be had, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not predicting it will happen, but I won't be shocked if he does. Okay, we still got a lot of time between now and February 6th. So we're going to test out this new team, I'm sure, and then we're going to look to potentially add to this. And to answer your question, thanks so much for Super Chat, brother. He said, Dan, what other moves will the Lakers make? I believe that the Lakers will turn around and try to acquire that big man. They have to. That's the last miss. Again, we just evaluated the entire roster right now. If you evaluate the Lakers roster as is after this trade, you can see that all we're missing is a reliable backup big. Now, Koloko recently has been a lot better. Okay, I will give him that. And I think eventually he could get converted into a regular contract. But in order for that to happen, we have to make another move. Now, let me ask you guys this, Laker family. What move do you guys see out there that puts us over the top? We've talked Walker Kessler over the past couple of months. That would be splendid. We get Walker Kessler, we're winning the championship. I'm dead serious. And it's not just because of Walker Kessler's skill set. It's because of the fit and the need. It is the perfect shoe size. It is the Cinderella glass slipper that we need right now would be Walker Kessler. Now you got, oh my God, our defense would spike up tremendously. If you can turn around and get a guy like Robert Williams or Walker Kessler, or you can get Grant Williams, somebody, some sort of Williams out there, some 7-foot guy who can come in and just do the dirty work. That means set tough screens, protect the rim, rebound. You can do that. We're winning the championship. I guarantee it, assuming everybody stays healthy. Assuming everybody stays healthy. How would I feel about Clint Capella? You know what? I wouldn't be mad about it. Clint Capella would be a great addition to this team right now. Not a fan of the contract, but if we can somehow get it without, I guess losing too much assets, then I'd be for it. Let's see. Drew says, is Miles Turner realistic? I think he's on an expiring contract. You know what? Again, everything's realistic because nothing's being talked about. Everything happens behind the scenes for the Lakers. So I told you guys this last night. It's always the ones you don't hear about that end up happening. And that's what happened tonight. That's what happened today. We woke up to just a phenomenal way to start the year next year in 2025 with a brand new squad and brand new pieces added, but pieces that we really needed, guys. I do believe if I had to predict it right now, and I've been on point so far. That's why you guys hit the like and subscribe to your boy. I've been on point. I said D'Lo would get traded before trade deadline. Check. I didn't think it would be Dorian Finney-Smith, but I'm happy it was. I will say there will be another move. That's my next prediction. I don't know if it's going to be via the buyout market because we don't have any open roster spots right now, so it's not possible. So I do think it'll be another minimal or major trade. It could be either one, but something else is coming. Something else is coming, and just be ready for it. But again, if the Lakers made no more moves moving forward, Rob Pelinka has just he at least is gonna guarantee himself the rest of his contract, at least. Right? I'm not saying he deserves an extension after this or nothing, because it did take a very long time. But he made good on one promise, and that was that he was waiting for the right move to happen. And again, people didn't believe me when I said there's going to be more sellers than buyers this year, which is why we're able to accomplish a trade like this. There's a lot of teams that don't want to be over that first apron when they're not contending. teams that don't want winning players because they're not trying to contend. They're trying to bottom out for, they're trying to bottom out for the what do you call it? For the draft lottery, right? To try to get a guy like Cooper Flag who can be potentially franchise altering, right? So we had already talked about a hypothetical trade. I don't remember what the trade was, but we had already talked about a hypothetical trade where the Lakers would get Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure we threw him in the trade machine. Go back and watch it. So we had already kind of predicted a trade like this, but I'm sure it looked a lot different than this because I couldn't even have concocted a master genius move like this, right? Second round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, guys. No matter how you want to twist it and turn it, that is a steal deal. By the way, Kimiko, let me know if we get close to that mark of 600 likes, as I will turn on the phone lines. Or if you guys want to keep super chatting, we can hit that goal as well. All right, 9 Live says, Dan, we should go for Trae Young. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, 9 Lives. Could we go for Trae Young potentially? Absolutely. We got the wings. We got the players to kind of disguise his lack of defense. We have that now. We got plenty of them too. Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam. And we didn't even get rid of Cam Reddish, who I'm super excited about, right? So we have the interchangeable wings that could wreak havoc for sure. We have the size on this team for sure. But it just feels like we're a big man away. You saw what Austin Reaves did last night? 26 points, 16 assists. That tells me we don't really have a need for a point guard. He can definitely do that, man. He can definitely do that. So, yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be 110% honest with you guys. Landing Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton has now shifted my focus as a fan away from players like De'Aaron Fox and Trae Young and more towards players like Walker Kessler and Robert Williams, Time Lord, guys like that who can just put us over the top. Because if we get that, Nick Richards would be solid too. Jonas Valanciunas, I don't mind, although I don't think he's exactly what everybody's hoping for. But if we can now shift our focus to the final need, then we will be good. Get them likes up, family. If you guys are hyped for this trade, get them likes up, man. I want to turn on the phone lines today. Let's see. Sign Dwight Howard to a 10-day contract. You know what? I'm not opposed to it at this point. But right now, remember, we don't have any roster spots. We don't even have two-way roster spots. We don't have anything right now. So as far as that goes, we can't do it, even if we wanted to, right? Even if we wanted to. So yeah, let's get them likes up, baby. This is awesome. Lakerland. By the way, I'm gonna be over on Lakerland show. I'm gonna try to multi-stream to this channel and to his channel. Go tap in with my boy. I'm gonna be chiming in on this trade at 11 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys tap in there. Great guy, man. Great channel. Go show love to my brother, Lakers Land. Let's see here. Drew Ebanks is a solid center. Get him. It'd be crazy if we get Drew Ebanks, by the way, MD. I met him in real life. Took a picture with him. Great guy. So that would be pretty cool if he ends up being a Laker. But again, as much as I like him, I think he's a workhorse, a utility tool player. 11 a.m. Lakerland, 11 a.m. That's in about less than an hour. And in less than an hour, I'll be on with you if you're free. I'll accept your invite at 11 a.m. Yeah, I won't be available at p.m. Dan, we don't want Dwight. Remember, he likes to lay his wood. Oh, no, Roy. We're not going there, bro. We celebratory today, man. We're not talking about that stuff today. But again, for those of you, if you just tap it into the channel, make sure to hit the like button. The Lakers have made the blockbuster trade we've been needing. The one we've been dreaming about. This is a blockbuster. Make no mistake. It didn't have any stars involved, but it had role players involved and role players that could put us over the top. So again, for those of you just tuning in, I will repeat it. The Los Angeles Lakers, your Los Angeles Lakers, have agreed on a trade sending D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks to Brooklyn for Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton. That's the trade. That is the trade. No, this is not 2K. This is real life. No, you're not dreaming. Pinch yourself. This is real life, guys. We got the 3-and-D wing we have been desiring. The 3-and-D wing that other teams have been overpricing, we were able to get at a very fair price. And I think almost for free, to be honest with you. If I'm being honest with you, I think this is a for free trade. I know D'Angelo Russell fans are probably crying right now, but the truth of the matter is D'Lo was not contributing to success this season to our Lakers. There was no need for him at all. If anything, this man D'Angelo Russell was counterproductive. Anytime he was out there on the court, we look weak. And I think for the Lakers, it was an easy decision after we saw how well we played versus the Golden State Warriors without D'Angelo Russell. I guaranteed he wasn't in need at that point. Something I already knew before the season started. So, oh my god, hey, I would love this, but we don't have any roster spots. But I would love this, John. I would most definitely love this. Dan, do you really see this trade as moving the needle or moving? Yes, both, Roy, both. I see it as moving the needle and moving dead weight. It's both. It's a win-win on both ends, man. It's a win-win on both sides of the spectrum, if we're being quite frank. This move, we did multiple things with it. For one, we get rid of a player, no defense, no communication. The only thing I'm scared of is Austin Reaves. How will he react to it? They were good friends, podcasting and everything. That's it. Austin Reaves is tough-minded, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. He's going to keep playing. He's going to keep doing his thing. If I'm Rob Pelinka, I give the first call was not even to D'Lo. The first call for me is to Austin Reaves, and I'm saying, hey, listen, man, you've done such a great job at the point guard position that we're anointing you with this job full-time moving forward. You are the starting point guard for our Los Angeles Lakers, okay? But in order to solidify this, we have to get rid of your friend D'Angelo Russell. And not just for the team, but for himself as well, right? He's trying to play for a third contract, or fourth, is it already? And he needs to up his stats. So the perfect place, we're going to send him to Brooklyn, okay? We're not sending him to Detroit. We're not sending him to the Washington, D.C. to play for the Wizards, or as I like to call them, the Washington Generals. We're sending him to New York to play for the Knicks. I'm sorry, for the Nets. And therefore, he'll look good. He'll look decent. He'll put up numbers, right? For those of you asking me about Shake Milton, guys, forget about his stats, all right? Yes, he is averaging only 7.4 points per game, but he does shoot 46% from the field, guys. He's shooting 46. And this season, he's shooting 38.9% from beyond the arc. That's really high. That's damn near 40. So we got another sniper. We got a ball handler. He's averaging about 18 minutes. That's good numbers for 18 minutes, right? He's averaging 7.4 points, 1.9 rebounds, 2.4 assists, okay, in 18 minutes. And again, he's shooting high percentage from the field. 46% from the field, that's almost 50%. That means almost half of everything he shoots, he makes. And again, 38.9% from beyond the arc. My goodness, what a pickup right there. And that's just a throw-in, by the way. And that's what you can do when you go and make trades with franchises that aren't winning. You can get players that can contribute to winning for cheap. By the way, Dorian Finney stats, for those of you inquiring, 10.4 points per game in 28 minutes, shooting 45% from the field, which is really good for a wing, and 43.5% from beyond the arc. So right away, he's going to be leading our team in three-point shooting percentage this season. Think about that. We just got our best three-point shooter and one of our better wing defenders as well. All right, Kimiko, give me the update. Where are we at on the likes? I might just lower it to 500. Give me the 500 likes. We open up the phone lines, fam, or keep hitting that super chat. Either way. Shake is low-key a beast. I've always liked Shake Milton. I have always liked Shake Milton. I've always been a fan of him. Heck, I was vouching for Shake Milton when he was on Philly last year. Before that, I forgot who he was with. Been a fan of him. Better, man. Been a fan of this man for quite some time. He's got great ball handle. He can break you down. He can get to the rim. He can finish. He can shoot. You saw the percentages just now. He can shoot. So get them likes up, fam. We 1K in here, man. Breaking news. Lakers make the trade we've been hoping for. But I want to hear from you guys. So I want to turn on the phone lines. Kimiko will definitely let me know when you guys hit that like button, all right? For now, got to keep saying, man, this trade right here changes everything in the Western Conference as well. I had just posted about Max Christie. If you guys didn't see my post and how phenomenal he was playing, Max Christie has shown notable improvements in the starting lineup for the Lakers, right? So our defense has spiked up tremendously, guys. We are 5-2 with him in the starting lineup, and the guy is shooting 42% from beyond the arc during that stretch. So not only has he upped his defense, but his offense as well. I think all of this culminated into making it easier for the Lakers to make a trade and trade away D'Angelo Russell, right? So I made it a lot easier. Let's see. My guy CJ says Shake Milton could have been drafted by us some years ago. He's a nice player. Really nice player, man. For those of us diehard basketball fans out here, we know that this trade right here is perfect. Lizzie, yes, perfect trade right here. Perfect trade for our Lakers, man. We are extremely hyped to add 2 usable role players. Mind you, it's an upgrade because not only did we get Dorian, but we get Shake. We weren't playing Maxwell Lewis. So we traded away 2 players that, in my opinion, were unplayable. D'Angelo Russell and Maxwell Lewis because he was underdeveloped. D'Lo because he plays no defense and he's lackadaisical and the body language was off. We traded 2 unusable players for 2 very usable players. 2 players that I wouldn't be shocked if at some point they're both at some point helping us close games at the end of stretches. That's how good these role players are, right? We know Dorian Finney-Smith for sure, but what about Shake? What happens if Austin Reaves gets in foul trouble or he's having an off night, right? Or if Gabe Vincent is injured, Shake Milton can step up and give you some big minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So this is amazing news. Yes, David, hit the like button, bro. We are live, and I'll tell you, man, this right here is a trade that I was hoping for last year or the year before that, before we headed into the postseason. Great, man. Alex, my guy said, love it. We need a 3-and-D wing, and we got one. Yes. And here's the thing. 3-and-D wings do not grow on trees. These are players that everybody was hoping for. Memphis was swinging for the fences trying to get this guy. Shams Charania reported this morning that they had offered protected first-round pick for Dorian Finney-Smith, but Brooklyn preferred D'Lo. And here is to the naysayers and all the people that were telling me that D'Angelo Russell wasn't tradable, that I was crazy for including him in packages. Well, what was that I replied to them? Guys, he's on an expiring contract, right? He's on an expiring contract. There's going to be value in that. There is value in that. And we have other guys, mind you, that are on expiring contracts as well that there might be value in. Christian Wood comes to mind. So I don't believe the Lakers are done. If they were done, though, I'm not mad. This trade right here definitely puts us in contention, for surely. But if we want to put B over the top, I still think we need that backup big man or the starting big man to go alongside AD. Regardless, no matter how you see it, we need it. We need it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Dan, would you start Dorian Finney-Smith or keep Rui in the starting lineup after Dorian Finney-Smith gets used to the team? Rui has been playing good lately, right? The last 2 games, last game he had 18 points. The last game he had 21 plus. I prefer Dorian Finney-Smith's defense. So if I'm JJ, I'm telling Rui, listen, you can hold on to the starting lineup spot for now. If your defense starts wavering and your offense isn't keeping up, you're going to the pine. So for me, this should light a fire under Rui to continue to ball out. This is a win-win for all parties involved. Rui, if you're Rui, you feel the pressure. You got to keep putting up 15 plus. You got to keep rebounding. You got to improve your defense. Dorian Finney-Smith, guys, is great. Okay, when we're talking about two-way wing, great. A lot of people even criticize the Mavs for including him in the Kyrie Irving package. So that tells you how great this guy is, right? I remember going to the comment section, people were mad. They're like, "Oh man, the Mavs, they messed up. Kyrie's great, but Dorian Finney-Smith, they should have kept him." Well, we have him now. We have him now. And I'll be honest, if you told me this offseason, Dan, who do you prefer, Klay Thompson or Dorian Finney-Smith? Who do you guys think I would have picked? And there's no BS, straight up. No BS. I'm all about defense. So I'm picking the two-way player over the player that's a little over the hill that can still stroke it, but it's a little over the hill. I'm taking that all day. All right, Kimiko, hit me with the update when you get a chance. Thank you. Let's see here. D'Lo wasn't unusable. Yes, he was. I don't know what games you were watching. D'Lo was very unusable. Defensively, he was hit or miss. More miss than hit. Right? When he actually wanted to try sometimes, he would have active hands in the passing lanes and stuff. He looked decent. But most of the times he didn't want to try. And there's no hate on D'Lo. I wish him the best. I think this trade is going to definitely help him out. I do. I believe wholeheartedly that this trade is going to help him out. However, if I'm a contending team out there and I'm heading into free agency with this new CBA, I don't even look in his direction, all right? And it's no hate on D'Lo, but I'm not bringing him in if I'm a contending team. He's a huge liability on the defensive end. And offensively, when he's not hitting, he's missing. And what that means is it's basically like you're playing 5-on-4 sometimes. Players like that, you can afford to go without if you're trying to compete for a title. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And it's not about it's not about anything else. I know people are not gonna like this trade if you're not a Laker fan, but if you're a Laker fan, we love this trade. Elise, I don't see how you can hate it. The only people that quote unquote should hate it is the people that probably thought D'Lo was cute. Okay, they're the only people that should hate this trade. Other than that, ain't nothing cute about his performance on the court. I'll tell you that. Yes, talk to him, sis. I've been trying to listen. I have predicted D'Angelo Russell being traded away from this team twice in my YouTube career. And both times I was right. People are going to have to start giving me my flowers eventually. But I can see things before they happen. He wasn't a fit here, guys. He just wasn't. And I know Rob Pelinka is going to come out and say he was great for the team. It wasn't based on anything he did wrong, but it was, based on what we were needed for the roster. He was not a fit. The first time he got traded, I predicted it. People were mad at me for predicting that before it happened. The second time, it was clear as day, man. I predicted D'Lo would be out of here since the offseason. You could just see it. He didn't want to be here. Mentally, he wasn't here. Mentally, he's a veteran, guys. He's supposed to be more mature and ready. And he wasn't, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him. Fortunately for us, we saw it early and we were able to do this. Elise, he should have balled out here. What was he waiting on? Elise, I have no doubts that he will ball out in Brooklyn because Brooklyn has nothing to win. So they're just going to give him the green light to jack up everything he wants. So numbers are going to look great. He might average 21 points a game. That don't mean that he was a 21-point-a-game scorer on a playoff contending team, though, right? So, again, this is where we separate casuals from diehard basketball fans. A diehard basketball fan has looked at D'Angelo Russell's career, and you can tell that D'Angelo Russell's career has been a disappointment. For the second overall pick, he's done pretty well for himself, but he never really has contributed to much winning anywhere. He has had some highlight games where he goes crazy, but those are far and few in between. It's just not good enough for his lack of defense. And again, it's no hate on D'Angelo Russell because he's a decent NBA player, but he's nothing that was going to help turn the tide. On the other hand, we're getting a two-way player, a defensive beast in Dorian Finney-Smith, somebody who's shooting 43% from beyond the arc. And we're getting Shake Milton, who, I'll be honest with you, I like Gabe Vincent better than D'Angelo Russell this season so far. I like Austin Reaves, obviously, better. Max Christie, better. Heck, I would have gave Quincy Oliveri more of a benefit of the doubt, and he hasn't proven anything in his career yet. But it's just it was something about D'Lo just so off this year. And even last year, I think I wanted him off this team last year after I gave him another chance. He had a tremendous run during last regular season. And then around March, right before the playoffs started, he started slowing down and becoming his regular old self. And after that, I think he proved to everybody who really loves basketball and loves the Lakers. I think he proved to everybody that he wasn't Laker material, ladies and gentlemen, anymore. Laker material means champion in the making. And I just don't see him being a champion in the making. Let's see. Solo says D'Lo was bad in the postseason, summer league, preseason, and still playing bad now. You can't trust that. How can you look at that and say he's going to be good? You can't, especially when he didn't have a single good postseason run for us in back-to-back postseasons. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to wait till the third strike to get him out. We got to win. Yes, sir, diehard. How you doing, brother? Hey, man, we got Dorian Finney-Smith, brother. It happened, finally. And it feels good, bro. It feels good to be on the winning side of things. All right, final update and final call. Hit the like button, guys, if you guys want the phone calls to be activated. Hit that like button for your boy one time. I'm about to activate them regardless, but just make sure you guys run it up real quick. Kimiko, give us the final update on the calls. Let's see how we got on our goal, man. We got over 1K in here live right now. We're breaking down the D'Lo trade, man. We got Dorian Finney-Smith. Just hit that like button real quick, man. Doesn't cost you a penny. 357. Okay, that's fine. We'll go. Look, I wanted 500. We'll get there by the end of the day. Let's go ahead and turn on the phone lines. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this trade. How excited are you guys? Let's hear it, man. Let's go ahead and drop the link right now. Tap in, Laker family. It's your time to shine. It is 10:18. I'm going to go for about 20 more minutes. So let's get in as many calls as we can right now. And again, very excited for this trade, guys. I don't think this trade happens, though, without the week that Austin Reaves has had. So let's give that man credit. This man has shown us that he can man the point guard position. So we didn't need the safety net who was D'Lo anymore. We did not need that safety net. No mas. We're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's bring in our first caller, my guy, Shan. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
No, loud and clear. Loud
Oh
and
my
clear.
God, man. Bro, I've been manifesting this since the off season, dude. I had a tough day yesterday, so I mean, I needed this, man. I mean, it was really, really this shit lifted my spirits up, man. I'm just finally happy that like got rid of D-Lo, bro. Finally got a legit 3 and D wing, man. Haven't had that since KCP or Caruso, I think. But yeah, that's crazy to think about. But man, finally, bro.
3 and D wing, bro. Somebody who can smack threes and lock up, and it's somebody who can switch multiple positions. So he's going to be great down the stretch of games. I'm sorry you had a bad day yesterday, but I'm glad that today's a lot better for you, Shan. Let me ask you this: do you start Dorian Finney-Smith, and if so, who you benching in his favor?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. Because the thing is that people who say, "Oh, Rui should be a starter," like this is how I know a lot of these guys don't watch the game, man. Like I like Rui, but let's keep it real, man. Rui is not the best defender, man. Like real shit, bro. I actually watched that Christmas game live like a couple days ago, right? And you
Right.
actually can see shit. Like one of the best experiences of my life, by the way. But like I saw Rui constantly get cooked, even though he had a really good offensive game. He was missing assignments. He was like on defense, like his feet a little bit slow. Like he's gotten better at times as far as deflecting. But LeBron is about to be 40 tomorrow, bro. Like
Yep.
like real shit. Like LeBron needs a guy who can move his feet, that could do the dirty work more than he needs like a wing that could drop 20. If he could do both, great. But I would rather get a hard body goon than like Rui, who's more of a finesse guy. Like I think it's actually better for Rui to come off the bench, be that microwave. And look, I was thinking of this because like I was a little bit on the fence because Rui didn't play well last year off the bench, but then I was like, oh shit, he had Darvin Scam. Darvin Scam ran nothing for him and constantly iced him out. JJ is an actual smart coach, and he gonna find a way to make Rui more useful. And like, cause I think Rui is more of a four playing, masquerading as a three. So maybe like off the bench, he could actually be like a 14-5 guy, something like that. Like I prefer it like that.
Man, look, man, I'll say this. For me, Rui has been hit or miss all season, right? He has
Yeah,
been hit or miss all season. When he's on offensively, great. When he's on defensively, amazing. But that rarely happens. Um, to me, what I would tell Rui if I'm the Lakers is, look, listen, we love Dorian Finney-Smith's game. We want to bring him in here to start. However, if you can prove to us that you're worth keeping in the starting lineup, then it's your job to lose right now.
yeah,
And the reason I do this is because this could be the fuel to his fire to get him to that next level. Not to mention, you're going to be going up against a 3 and D wing during practice that could help you, give you tips. We're talking about a true veteran and could help you actually kind of. I can see Rui kind of patterning his game out to be like a Dorian Finney-Smith type if he buys
yeah.
in on a defensive end, right?
Yeah. And
So,
another thing, not to cut you off, man.
no, go
I
ahead.
think like this isn't just good for like to compete, man, or for
Yeah.
Rui. I think this is incredible for a guy like Dalton Connect, man. Like
Mm,
someone who's as talented as him, man, can finally learn from a legit 3 and D wing, because that's kind of what they want him to be off the bench. Like a little bit
yes.
more of a microwave guy, but can like he's too athletic not to be a good defender, man. So I'm glad he has that. And also I have another question for you, man. Like
Yeah.
what do you think is the next move? And like as far as like moving a first or two first, man, like do you think that should only be reserved to role players, or like because I had another idea, man. Herb Jones, bro.
Sure.
Like
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
even though Max has been balling out, right?
Yeah.
If New Orleans says we want 2 picks or 1 pick for like 2 picks for like Herb Jones, would you do it? Like I'm real
No.
question.
Again, we don't need no more 3 and D wings. If we can have them at a decent price, I do it. But I'm focusing on a big man. Matter of fact, shout out to Passport Blackheart with the timely super chat here. He says Kessler and Sexton will make the Lakers tough to deal with. I'll one up you. We don't need Sexton anymore. We got Shake Milton to back us up. I truly like Shake Milton that much, and we got Gabe Vincent as a backup guard to back up Austin Reeves. So I feel good at the guard position. Now, if we're able to get this deal right here that Passport Blackheart mentioned, we win in the chip. I mentioned it earlier in the stream. We get Walker Kessler by himself. No Sexton included. We get Sexton even better. But
Yeah.
if we get Kessler right now. I'm willing to give up that first round pick right now for
Can
Walker
I?
Kessler.
Yeah,
He's,
I
he's
was. I would say this, not to cut you off, but I'm not a big Sexton guy, man. I like his spirit and shit, but he's a little undersized. He can be a little reckless at times. I'm not sure if he fits. Like I heard his defensive rating isn't that good. I like Kessler though. Personally, man, what I was thinking, some people might disagree with me. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know how hard it is to trade Vando right now and shit. Like, I would move Vando, JHS would. This might be a risk, right? But
Yeah.
like Shake Milton, I don't know if I like Shake Milton, but what about Zoe? I know it's a little bit of a risk, but Lonzo
No, no to
realistically,
Zoe. No to
yeah,
Zoe. No to Zoe. One, because we don't need another guard. Number one, Max Christie's doing Zoe's job right now.
yeah,
What we would want from Zoe, Max Christie's doing it defensively. Playmaking, Austin is doing it tremendously. So we don't
yeah.
need Zoe right now. Walker Kessler or another big, your guy, Clint Capella, who you've been mentioning several times,
Eh,
would actually be a perfect fit now after this trade, right? Because to me, that's the last piece that we
yeah.
need, bro.
Who would you rather do, Clint Capella or Kessler?
Kessler.
Yeah,
Kessler. He's younger, he's on a better contract, and he's got a bigger upside. But realistically, we might have to settle for somebody like Clint or your guy who you don't really like, Jonas Valanciunas, right? So we might have to settle for that. But even that, to me, could help put us over the top
yeah.
because all we're really lacking is a big body just to slow down Joker a little bit if that ends up being the matchup. If we didn't have Joker in the Western Conference, I wouldn't even be worried about a center because we got Jackson Hayes and Koloko, who I like recently. He's been doing tremendous. You know,
You still like still need a little bit more than that personally. That's
of
just
course.
saying. But I would say like, what about like Gabe Vincent for like another former Laker like Larry Nance? I know he's not
Yeah.
necessarily a prototypical big, but he's a versatile big. He's a vet, understands his role. I feel
Yeah.
like he could do a better job than like Koloko or Hayes because he has somewhat of a big body and he can move his feet, hit a corner three.
You know what? Yes, I wouldn't mind Larry Nance. Still not the piece we needed, though. Still not the piece we need because we need
Yeah.
that size. Larry Nance is undersized. He's like 6'7", 6'8". So we need that legit close to 7-footer man just to man the paint. But man, I'm happy we did this trade, bro.
Yeah,
What would you
bro.
trade this trade? My final question to you: what would you
Oh,
trade this trade?
I would say, hey man, because we finally get rid of D'Lo, man. I'm happy that he's gone. Anybody that says, oh, he's gonna be, he wasn't the problem, man, bruh, you don't want to win, bro. You didn't see the playoffs, bruh.
Yep,
Like,
yep,
I mean, it was awkward as hell to watch him come off the bench with Gabe Vincent. That shit was cringe right there. I
yep.
mean,
Facts.
I'd say like Gabe Vincent. I think he's expendable now. As far as Vando, I'm not sure if a team would take Vando with his contract, but
They
I'd
would
say
because we would probably attach a first round pick to it and make his
yeah,
contract trade more tradable. But believe it or not, Vando's on a very good contract. He's just been hurt. If he ever becomes healthy, his contract looks like a steal. You
yeah,
know,
bro. I'm still in awe that this shit even happened, man. Like I'm like, wow, bro.
me too, brother. Hey, thank you so much for the call, bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
man.
Shout
Yeah,
out
have a
to you.
good day, bro.
You too, man. Hopefully your day gets better too. Listen, hey, great caller, by the way. My guy Shan always on the ones and twos. Look, I still feel like the Lakers are going to do one more move. I don't know the magnitude of this move, but that big man now more than ever looks crucial because if we can address that, right? If we can address that, then it's over for me personally. The league better be shivering right now as we speak. But if we can get Walker Kessler, Clint Capella, Robert Williams, guys like that, even Jonas. I know people don't like Jonas, but if we can even get Jonas, fam, that's really good. Jonathan, thank you so much for the super chat. He said D'Lo getting that fresh Prince kick off the door. Nah, man, you know what? I wish him the best. We drafted him. Always gonna be love for D'Lo. He just didn't fit here. We're trying to win a championship. He didn't fit here, man. But he fits perfectly in Brooklyn. You're gonna see his numbers go up, and his fans are gonna be happy for that. So it's a win-win. Laker fans are happy. D'Lo fans are happy, or at least they should be. All right, let's bring in our next caller, Mike guy, Kavan. What's up, bro? Yo. Your mic's muted, brother. I'll come back to Kavan once he gets his situation situated. Let's bring in our next caller, Solo. What's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going, Dan?
Going great, man. Hey, listen.
Hey, man, I'm so happy right now about this trade, bro. Like, man, get D'Lo up out of here. It's a relief, man, because every time we saw that guy hit the floor, bad things happen every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, but we get rid of D'Lo, And then we get Shake Milton, who I think is an upgrade. If we would have got D'Lo for Shake Milton by himself, I would have been ecstatic. If I'm being honest with you. Forget about the stats. I'm talking about the efficiency. You know what I'm saying? And a better defender too. Shake could pick up. He could pick up half court. You know. So, how you feel about Shake Milton acquisition? We're not talking enough about that.
Man, I love it. He balled out when he was in Philly. You know, so I really like the acquisition of him because I mean D'Lo, man, you know, he was just so shaky on the offensive end. And like I said, since the postseason, he hasn't been on at all. You know, we haven't seen that explosion like when we first got him and he was, you know, getting a 20+ point games. It was like, what happened? Where's all that at? Where's that killer? Where's that dog that you said you had? I'm not seeing it.
Exactly.
So getting Shake, a guy that can actually come in and be an efficient scorer off the bench, is great. Is great for our bench production because our bench is one of the worst in the league right now. So to be able to get that type of production coming off the bench is going to bode well for our team.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. And here's the most important part, right? We get rid of D'Lo, who really wasn't really usable in the clutch, and then we add two players who I believe could even help us close games, man. I could even see Shake Milton out there. If Austin Reaves having an off day or foul trouble, I can see him helping us close games. You know what I'm saying? Him and Max Christie in the backcourt will be solid as well. Like
absolutely
with what's his name, Dorian Finney Smith, bro. Can you imagine what a terror our perimeter defense is going to be when you got Dorian Finney Smith with Max Christie and Cam Reddish lineup out there? That's going to be nuts.
It's gonna be nasty. We're locking up everything, man. And then on top of that, you know, it helps because it actually gives LeBron a break. You know what I mean? Because we're not giving up leads, you know, like we normally would do if he or AD would go and sit down. So now he can actually get a breather, and we can get that rest. We can get that in-game rest for him to where he doesn't really have to miss actual games. He could be resting in-game, you know. So this is a great pickup. This is the 3-and-D wing that we needed since before the Russell Westbrook trade. So I'm glad that we're kind of getting back on track and really getting the pieces that are necessary for a championship run. So now that we got, you know, these pieces here that cover up a couple of holes, now we need to go and get that big man. And I know, like we've been talking about, you know, Valanciunas and Kessler and those type of guys. And I would love Kessler, but I think they should look at a guy like Pirtle too. I think Pirtle would be great for this team because we definitely need that rebounding punch. You know, Valanciunas does provide that. You know, so you know any big guy that you know could come in, provide a little bit of offense, grab us some boards. You know, that'd be great for us.
Oh man, that would be tremendous. I honestly think, and I said we were like 1 or 2 trades away. But I feel like we get that big man, bro. We win in the chip if we stay healthy. I don't see too many teams in the West. Even the Thunder are a bit underexperienced. As deep as they are, they're great too. I just feel like our experience would trump them as well. You know, I really wouldn't see any other problems in the Western Conference. Denver, if we get that big, we get that Walker Kessler type big, Denver wouldn't give us fits anymore. I'm telling you, they have fallen off from losing KCP and Bruce Brown and the standing.
Absolutely.
Right. So we got better in every department, man. We got rid of a guard that was playing very part-time-ish, very poor, and we get a guard that I think in Milton that's going to be more efficient. Even if he don't put up the big numbers, I'll take 10 points from him efficiently from night to night, you know?
For sure. Especially if it's, you know, it's a guarantee coming off the bench to get that 10, you know. And this trade bodes well for us because in the West, like you said, Denver's diminished. I believe OKC, they're gettable because we have the experience over them and they're missing Chet. You know, Memphis, you know, we got their card. You know what I'm saying? They can't do anything. So I mean, us being in the top 3 is very.
Yep. Oh snap! We just lost Solo. Damn. All right. Thanks so much for the mega chat, bro. Let me go ahead and roll this credit for you real quick, man.
Eternally grateful I am. You have contributed with this super chat to a great cause. You have brought balance to the force. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Passport Blackheart. We lost Solo. We'll bring him up right now that he gets his thing situated. He says, still think the Lakers need an athletic point guard and a center. That's why I said Sexton, just not sold on Shake, Williams, or Kessler would put the Lakers over the top. Well, I am sold on Shake Milton. Not only Shake Milton, but remember, Gabe Vincent has been playing tremendous recently, and we still got some guys in the G League that we could look at. Devontae Graham has looked great with the G League South Bay Lakers. Also, I'm a big Quincy Oliveri fan, so we got some guards. I don't think the guard position is a problem, but that's just me. As far as acquiring that big man, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Passport. We get those guys, we win in the chip. I'm saying it right here, right now. You heard it here first. We get Walker Kessler or anybody in a similar magnitude that can wreak havoc in the West and help AD in the front court, right? A better insurance policy than Jackson Hayes and Coloco. We win in the championship. You heard it here first. Guaranteed. I'm telling you right now. After this trade, we have put ourselves in prime position to make another elite trade. Why? Because we still have all of our first round picks. Okay. And we still have expiring contracts. Christian Wood, guys like that. So let's see if Solo's mic picked up again. Solo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay. My bad, bro. You cut off. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, my thought was, like if we get a big man, we can really do damage in the West right now because right now it's shaky. There's really uncertainty in the West. And now Luka's down with Dallas, you know what I'm saying? So the door's wide open for us to run through. So it's up to, now that we've made this trade, it's up to Rob to make a trade for a big, and it's up to our guys to stay consistent, stay focused, and bring that energy every night. I know we're not going to win every game, but we should be competing in every single game. There should never be a game where we're questioning their effort,
Yeah.
And that's the thing that was killing us, killing me early on in the season when we were losing a lot of these games. It looked like guys were just not interested. It's like, what is going on? Like if we want to win a championship, guys got to be all in and ball out and be consistent on a night in, night out basis. So that's the only thing I'm worried about from this point forward is their consistency and their effort.
Yes, brother. Oh my goodness. If again, I agree with you. And do you agree with me that we probably have 5 extra wins on the season had we made this trade in the offseason?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If we got D'Lo out of here earlier, yeah, for sure. Because me personally, I didn't think D'Lo would be this bad. I didn't think he would be. I thought he would have came in with more focus on some of his weaknesses. I figured after his play in the postseason, he'd have stepped it up to kind of show out, and prove to people, his place on this roster. But he did the opposite, where he just kind of he was more bark and no bite. You know what I'm saying? Like he would talk about it, but wouldn't really be about it. So we don't need that on this team. It's like either you're gonna be all in and buy in with the team, or you can go to a losing franchise where you can get all your numbers and you can look great over there, but not really competing for anything.
Exactly. And that's essentially he played his way out of a winning franchise, and that's sad. You hate to see when a player loses. And there was one thing D'Lo said in his podcast, I believe it was this year, when he said he's just trying to get that big paycheck and get the heck out of the way of these young players. That to me signifies that all he cares about is the money and no longer winning. Because ain't no way
Absolutely.
As young as him should be saying that. He's acting like he's 40. You know what I'm saying? Even LeBron wouldn't say something like that. So that's unfortunate, man. But it is what it is. Solo, we made the trade, brother. Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Get that big man. Thank you so much for the call, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir, brother. Peace. Shout out to my guy Solo, man. Listen, guys, I have to be on somebody's podcast in a couple minutes. All right. Shout out to my guy Lakers Land. I'm gonna be there. I might dual stream to this channel as well, so stay tuned. We're gonna talk more about it. I have time for one more call, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my guy CJ. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Man, how you feel, bro?
Good, man.
Feeling great, right?
Good, man. Good. How you doing? How was your Christmas?
It was great, man. Thank you for asking. It's a lot better now, though. We got a late Christmas present after this trade here. We've been asking for it. We got it, CJ. Give me your thoughts. trade, man? Thoughts and grades.
Uh, I'm very happy. Very happy. I saw the notification come up with your name on it and it said we got Dorian Finney. I said, oh, it's go time. Got to drop everything and just get into action because the thing is, it's like these are the type of trades that we're talking about. And what I'm realizing about Rob is Rob does this every 2 years. So we kind of have a timeline on how he really waits on trades. He gives about a 2 year window to see how things kind of get acclimated and all that stuff. And then he makes a this is a minor trade, but major impact trade though. But this is a minor trade because the fact that he was able to get Dorian Finney-Smith, a player that we've been wanting. Dan, you've been talking about it for 2 years since KD got traded to Phoenix, we've been wanting Dorian Finney-Smith, and that
Yeah.
was at a time where he was worth like what 2, 3 first round picks.
Yes.
Look,
Exactly.
yeah, look how he's basically the same player, and we got him for 3 second round picks. And Shake Milton, which people who have not watched Shake Milton, the boy's nice. He's real nice. If you, I'll give you a comparison. Dan, he actually kind of reminds me of Alec Burks
Oh,
from the
let's go.
Knicks. From the
Yeah.
Knicks. So he's kind of like him. He can defend. He's a good 3 level scorer. He'll be able to provide some nice backup minutes for Austin Reeves, and I kind of see the theme too. And he's a good secondary playmaker. He's not like a full time playmaker, but he's a good secondary playmaker. So I feel like he
Yes.
can give us a good 3 to 5 assists. But speaking on this trade, bro, this is a nice trade. But I really do believe he's not done, bro. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. If he finds some way, somehow, to get Walker Kessler on this team with the dogs that we have, and not give up Rui, because don't get me wrong, I was one of the people like with the way that he was playing, I was thinking about giving up Rui, especially if we got Dorian Finney-Smith, but now we got him without giving up Rui.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like yeah, we can do that. Don't get me wrong, it does make Vando a little bit more expendable, but I hope we keep him and I hope that he gets healthy. But if not, find some way to be honest with you, try to find some way to try to get Colin Sexton and Walker Kessler on this team. Do it like that.
You know what, bro? You're absolutely right. And you bring up some great points. We got Dorian Finney Smith due to this new CBA. Now, remember, we had predicted on this channel that the new CBA was going to have more sellers than buyers, which was going to bode well for the Lakers to get this type of a deal done. Where we didn't have, I've been advocating for the Lakers not just to gift wrap first round picks because they have so much worth. Now you see how much worth they have. If we can get this guy for 3 second round picks, what do you think we can get for a first round pick? For just 1 first round pick, right? So
Mm,
people don't understand that franchises have been built on draft picks. Look at what the Spurs did with Wemby now. They got a franchise player. That's how much a first round pick is worth. You can get a franchise player with a first round pick versus, especially small markets, it's harder to recruit for a team like San Antonio free agents, right? It's a little bit harder than for a team for like LA. So they're going to value first round picks more. So my point is we now have, I think Shams reported we had 3. I thought we had 2 first round picks, but I think we have 2 tradable ones and 1 pick swap. So essentially it's 3 first round picks to trade.
yeah,
We can go and get almost anything we want. It's just I think Rob is waiting for the right time to jump on the next trade if it does become available. But due to the CBA, it will become available. And when it does, I will see you here, CJ. I will see you right back.
yeah. And bro,
Yep.
yeah, most definitely, bro. You will. And me personally, what I will say is, and I'm gonna point this out. I'm gonna give you a hot take. If Rui continues to play the way that I know that he can play, because me personally, I kind of see Rob with because I'm looking at this trade that you show because I've been completely off on social media. I don't do social media, but that's usually why you haven't seen me.
Yeah, no.
Um, yeah. So with the way that he's done this trade, I can see the way Rob is doing it. He's targeting teams that one we have good relationships with, and the fact that it can be a win-win. When I look at this trade, I'm actually happy for D'Lo for this trade. This he gets a starting job. He gets to build up his stats like you talked about, and he gets to go with a good team with some nice talent on that team, and he
Yep.
could either flourish, get a bigger contract, or he can get traded to another team and get a decent contract. But when I look at the Lakers, I can see 2 teams, and you'll probably agree with me with this. I see Rob either targeting Washington or targeting the Utah Jazz with a dark horse team being that Portland Trailblazers team. But if Rui continues to play the way he plays, then I will concede not trading him for Kyle Kuzma because I know how good Rui is, and he continues to keep showing that. I believe that we can live without getting Kuz back and just go after a high level point guard with Walker Kessler. Because I'm telling you, man, if we can get that now that Colin Sexton Walker Kessler deal looks a lot better right now for us. Now that we got the 3 deep wing that we've always wanted, along with Shake Milton being a nice combo, because he can play 3 positions. He can play the 1, 2, and 3 if he really wants to. So I'm really looking forward to that, bro.
Yeah, me as well, bro. Again, every point you just made is legit, bro. I agree with you 110%. We get some of those pieces, man. I honestly just think we're one player away from winning a championship. But it has to be the right player. I think Kessler fits the mold. I think Robert Williams, if he's healthy, fits the mold. I think, Clint Capella, even though we might have to overpay a little bit for him, fits the mold. But you're right about my favorite point you made just now is that now we don't have to trade for Kuz and we don't have to trade Rui because he's been playing a little bit better. We don't have to now. We have a lot of wing depth and a lot of size. From when we match up in the playoffs versus those smaller teams, we're going to eat them up alive because now we got Finney Smith who can switch multiple positions, Rui who can switch multiple positions, Vando who can switch multiple positions, Max Christie who can switch multiple positions. And now we're looking like an elite defensive team in the making, right? Of course, we got to incorporate these guys. It's going to take a couple of games and we have to, make sure that they gel and everything. But once they learn the offensive schemes and systems, I think we're going to be firing on all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to be firing. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And one more thing, Dan. Before I get off, Rob picked the perfect time to do this trade right before the new year started. So it gives us literally a whole month to get acclimated to see what else we need. Which that's very smart, Rob. You making us all our diehard fans that have been ragging you for the last year and a half look a little bit bad right now. You got us disappearing a little bit, got a little bit shaken up a little bit, but you still got more work to do. Work to do.
Credit to Laker fans, because I feel like it's the pressure Laker fans have put is why Rob has gone out and done his homework and did what he did tonight. So credit to Laker fans. We got to stay passionate. That's never going away. But you're right about this. He definitely has earned his keep with this trade. Now, do you want to earn that extension? Because the next trade is going to be the one that puts us over the top.
And one more thing, though. Excuse me. Sorry. About the backup big man thing. I think that a lot of people, I know that we want to get like the Jokic stopper and all that stuff. I know I've seen it on a lot of platforms. I know a lot of diehard Laker fans have been talking about how, we need this Jokic stopper and all that stuff. We're not going to stop Jokic. But what I'll say is we need an athletic defensive big man that can bang, that can do the dirty work like you've been talking about. We don't need. I love Jonas Valanciunas, but I really don't. That's not necessarily a need because we just need somebody that AD can play alongside. Because if AD is that help defender, that makes him even more dangerous as a defensive player than he is as the sole interior defender down low. So Robert Williams or Walker Kessler, those are the two guys I would be targeting if I'm Rob Pelinka, because those two guys, like if you watched highlights, I know that Robert Williams is a risk in terms of injury risk, but if you've watched like highlights of him when he was with the Celtics in 2022 when they went to the finals, boy's elite. He's elite.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's elite. So that's literally all I'm saying. I've been rambling, bro. No, I'm talking too much.
Thank you for the call. I agree with everything you just said. I appreciate the call as always, my brother CJ. Very excited, man, and we'll talk soon, man. Thank you.
All right, bro. Thanks.
All right, peace. Listen, great callers today. Thank you guys all for the calls. Guys, the Lakers made a trade that put us in position to become championship favorites. All right, now that don't mean that we're currently that. Obviously, when we get that big man, now we're championship. I believe we would become championship favorites. I don't see nobody in the West stopping us, and even the best in the East. Good luck stopping. Like I said, we have depth at the wing position now. You got Dorian. You got obviously Max Christie, Rui Hachimura, and Vando. If he ever comes back, that is tremendous for wing depth. And now the guard position. Shout out to Austin. He's manning that. Shout out to Max Christie. That might be your guards of the future right there. And we got Dalton Steele coming off the bench. We lost 0 assets in this trade. And so that's what makes me feel there can still be another trade to be had. But if Rob Pelinka ends just with this team, he's already done his job, for me personally, to keep his job at least for the end of his contract. Now, you want that extension, Rob? You want the Laker fans really to believe in you, Rob? You want the Laker fans to get fully behind you, Rob, no matter what you do moving forward? Go out and get that big man. Walker Kessler comes to mind. Robert Williams, like my guy CJ said, comes to mind. Clint Capella, heck, I'll settle for him. And believe it or not, I'm still pro Jonas Valanciunas. He's a double-double. He's a big body. He's definitely going to help AD, and that's what we need. We need help. We need to keep AD fresh and healthy, and that is the key to winning a championship this season. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me now, but don't go anywhere because your boy will be a guest on my boy Lake Show Land's channel, Lakerland. Make sure you guys tap in, and I will probably be multi-streaming to this channel as well, so stay tuned. Gonna chime in a little bit more in a bit. Make sure to hit the like button if you already haven't. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Subscribe, #1 source for all things breaking news and Lakers basketball. So stay tapped in, stay locked in. Major shout out to the sponsorship. Thank you, Kimiko, for your hard work, and I will see you guys a little bit later, okay? Peace.